We talk a lot about, flexible workspaces or these dynamic classrooms,
Mhm.
but usually that flexibility it ends the moment you move a table away from a wall outlet.
Right,
You're either tethered to the edge of the room or you're running extension cords across the floor.
which is just a huge hazard. It's the classic infrastructure gap. We want the furniture to move,
Yeah.
but the power grid is literally stuck in the concrete.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive on a piece of hardware that's designed to bridge that very gap. It's the Kramer MegaEdge-WW.
And their marketing for it is pretty interesting.
Yeah, they call the whole concept learning freedom.
Right, which is
Um,
really just a fancy way of saying you can have a true bring-your-own-device environment without calling an electrician.
it's basically a localized power plant for your desk.
A very powerful one.
Uh,
Looking at the specs, they did not skimp on the capacity. This thing is packing 80,000 milliamp hours.
wow, that's a massive number.
Yeah.
To put that into perspective, for a daily workflow, we are not just talking about topping off an iPhone here.
Oh, not even close. At
Mhm.
that capacity, you're looking at charging a standard smartphone maybe, what, 35 times?
35, okay.
But the real metric here is laptops. This unit can fully recharge a laptop 3, maybe 4 times over.
So it's designed to keep a workstation running for an entire day, completely off-grid.
For the whole day, yeah.
Yeah,
That capacity also explains the form factor. This is not a battery you just throw in your backpack.
right. It weighs about 10 pounds. It's clearly meant to be stationary.
Precisely. It's retrofit infrastructure. The design has this heavy-duty clamp system.
It mounts directly onto the furniture.
Yeah, you attach it to podiums, rolling desks, library tables. It turns that dumb furniture into a powered workstation instantly.
Which democratizes the floor plan. You can arrange desks in circles and island groups and not worry about where the floor boxes are.
Exactly.
However, I am looking at the connectivity specs here, and there is a pretty significant limitation we need to flag.
You're looking at the AC sockets.
Yeah. You've got your USB-C, 2 USB-A ports. That's all pretty standard. But those 2 AC power sockets, they are strictly 2-pin.
Ah, yes.
There is no third hole for a grounding pin.
And that is probably the single most important thing to understand about this device.
Uh-huh.
It uses what's called a modified sine wave. And physically, it just will not accept a 3-pin plug.
So if you're an IT manager and you have a fleet of, say, heavy-duty laptops that use those grounded plugs,
Then this unit won't work for you. It's a no-go.
that is a crucial detail. So it works for the vast majority of modern mobile electronics, but it is not a universal replacement for a wall outlet. You have to know your equipment.
You absolutely do. It offers freedom, but only if your chargers fit the profile.
Okay, so let's talk about deployment. Putting a high-density lithium battery on a desk in a public high school or, a busy library, that seems like it carries some risk,
Sure.
both for safety and the chance of it just walking away.
And the engineering addresses both of those. On the safety side, it's run by an intelligent microprocessor. It handles overcurrent, short circuits, overcharging protection, all of that. It also has an automatic idle shutdown.
So if a student unplugs and leaves, the unit just powers down.
Yep. It stops draining to conserve energy.
And what about stopping them from just taking the whole unit with them?
It uses security torque screws on the clamp. Once it's mounted, it's really intended to stay there. It effectively becomes a permanent part of the furniture.
So if we zoom out a bit, the Mega Edge seems to represent a shift in how we think about utility delivery.
I think so.
We're moving from power is provided by the building to power is provided by the furniture.
That is the key takeaway. It completely shifts the paradigm. You stop hunting for a spot near the wall because the power, well, it travels with you.
Which raises a really interesting question for future architecture, doesn't it?
How so?
If devices like this become powerful enough and ubiquitous enough, do we even need to design rooms with outlets every 6 feet anymore?
It's a real possibility. I mean, if the furniture carries the battery, the building can finally stop acting like a tether.
Something to think about the next time you're scanning a coffee shop for that one working outlet. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.